Okay. Another night of being back again. This time I'm going to, I guess I'll look at something that I just got in. I'm excited about, but I don't have a PCB to build the damn thing, so. Then after that, I guess I'll be modding the Keychron Q1 finally. Because it sort of sounds not that great right now without mods. Need some help. So I'll go full Alexotos mod with case foam, polyfil, and then tape. I mean, Tempest modding is, yeah. I've even been thinking about Tempest modding this. I mean, crazy as it sounds. Whatever. But first, ugh. Heavier than it appears. Got this in probably a familiar looking case for a lot of people. Has some plates. I went with FR4 half plate, and of course it comes with, I think, a black aluminum plate as standard. I'll be using the FR4 half plate probably for my own personal build. Put this back in. So I want to keep this stuff together for now because I will not be able to build this board right away. I did get the optional foams. I don't know if I'll use any of it, but whatever. Yeah. Also got some extra feet and tadpoles. So these are the harder tadpoles, ADA, Sure durometer. They're the darker ones. The more vibrant looking ones are the softer 50As. I'll probably be building with the softer 50As. Finally, what I have been waiting for coming in showed up. My B-stock frog. I did already open this up to take a look at it. To see how B-stock the B-stock is. And looking at it on the surface, yeah. If they didn't have the markers on the back pointing out exactly where the little scratches are, you'd be hard pressed to say that this is actually B-stock for how good it looks. So they do have little QC arrow markers, so this is just a small little, almost looks like a nano flower or something on it. And here, there's another one, small scratch. Just surface finish imperfection. Nothing really to do with that. The weight looks good. The rest of the case looks good. I got in black. And I'll probably go back and buy the black frog with the black weight. Eventually. But you see some of my hand oil and grease on it. But yeah. This board looks good. I haven't seen any other place that I have to question. I didn't open it up yet, but even flipping it around, looking at it, pretty harsh light, I haven't seen any other flaws on it. So one thing I did want to look at, because I did get a stand as well, was for this GMMK sticker. I was putting the sticker on here or here, so I feel like I'm gonna be picking it up here a lot, so I'll have to look online if I want to put it here on the inside or here on the outside. I think on the outside is probably the more classic place to put a decal like this, but I will be putting the GMMK logo from the stand on it eventually. I'll worry about that whenever I'm building this. I'll need to get a PCB in first. But yeah, this board looks like it's good to go for condition otherwise. And since it's on the bottom, I kind of don't care. It's well worth buying a B-stock board if the only imperfections are on the bottom and are so minor. But win keyless frog. I still need to source an H88 style PCB. At this point, if anyone's watching this sometime in the future, it's November 12th, 2021, and MCU Crunch is on. They're hard to find. Anyways. I should put this down below. Fit all the stuff back in, button it up. I'm excited to have it, but I can't build it yet because no PCB. Feels bad. Whenever I can build it, I will be building it. Whenever the next frog comes online, as far as sales, I'll probably be trying to grab one of those two sometime middle of December because sales are postponed for the time being. So I do want to get a black frog with a black weight. Careful. Okay. Hypno, how's it going? Alright, so today I'm going to be looking at, don't drop it, modding the Keychron Q1 first. Writing a 15-page paper. Oh, fun times. Any particular thing it's about? Alright, what did I need for this? I think I need hex for these. Yes, what size hex? I think it was this one. International marketing. Nope, I need a bigger hex. That sounds like fun. Yeah. Is it this one or is it the next one up? This one. Winner. Good luck with that. Hopefully I don't distract you too much. This is a very sad sounding song. Let me change the song. I like low-key. I don't like sad sounding songs. Alright, so far pretty much the only mods I did with this board was to if I'm looking at it, I've added some tape between the housing, and that was about it. Of course you're having a great time. And I'm not sure if you saw, I just unboxed and took a look at a black frog TKL that I just got from Geon Works from Korea. I don't have a PCB to build it, otherwise I'd be trying to do that. Oh. I'll probably break it out again before the end of the night. Just take a look at it. I'll probably end up putting the sticker on it. I got a extra decal sticker from Geon. I need to figure out where to put it. But I want to get this done first so I can do a quick just A/B comparison with the modded Keychron Q1 versus my old GMMK Pro. And the idea there is I'll be giving away my GMMK Pro to a buddy of mine who recently had a kid, and it's his birthday coming up, so he said he needed a keyboard. I asked him if he wanted a 75% with the knob. He said yes, so he's going to get that. Also, you know, with everything blowing up in the world with GMMK, I won't say copying, but doing scumbaggy things with keycaps, that's kind of not incentivized to hold on to too many glorious products besides maybe their mice. I mean, okay, there's an argument to be made for Zowie being copied, and I used to be a huge Zowie fanboy. That was my original resistance to going glorious mouse route, but yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Those mice were just so good. If you're into aiming at all, it's just one of those things. Yeah, if they made wireless mice, I probably would have just stuck with them. Alright, Here's the underside of this board. G Pro wireless for the win? I don't know. I do like this little mouse that I have. I recently got the new Phantom variant too. That should come hopefully before the end of the year. I mean, I don't know. But yeah, the final mouse I've actually been very impressed with. I've had to recharge it like 2 times since I got it. I flashed the firmware, I think once. That was about it. That's the only thing I had to do with it. I got distracted. So for this, I will need some tape because I will be tape modding it. I'm just going to do everything all at once to this board. Why not? I do have to be a little bit cautious about that daughter board connector, but that's fine. And I'm still doing my weird method of not using painter's tape, using this stuff. Because honestly, for the sound, I haven't heard a big difference with painter's tape versus this stuff. And this stuff I'm only putting 1 layer on, so is weird, I know. All right. Oh, you have one of the old Scream Final mouse? Dude, those things are sick. I remember seeing this back in the day and just thinking, okay, this company's kind of crazy if they can get someone like Scream to endorse them. And now that's like nothing compared to Summit 1G's crazy final mouse that he got. He got one of the ones with all the bling on it. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't use it. I would just sort of look at it every so often and say, I wish I could use it. I don't know, Final Mouse is one of those weird things that it's like so polarizing. Honestly, I like it. Final Boy says some ridiculous shit, but you know. Your hands are too big for most mice? Oh, okay. Honestly, I've switched down from medium-sized mouse to small-sized mice. My hands were like cramping at first when I was switching, but I actually found smaller mice were easier for me to aim with after a while. Then again, my hands aren't huge, so if you have big 8-inch hands, I mean. I mean, so aim-wise, I think having slightly smaller mice actually does benefit you unless you have a grip that you need the mouse right in the flat, meaty part of your hand. Like if you have certain claw grips, the old Zowie mice and the way that they ergonomically would fit your hand would probably be better. But, you know, for most people, like fingertip grip or, you know, total flat grip, I mean, this is actually a very comfortable mouse for me, so. Zowie was small but still better. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, that's my biggest concern with Glorious as a company, because I do like that they provide cheaper stuff to people just getting in, but at the same time, if they're like ripping stuff off, kind of leaves a bad taste in my mouth to recommend them. So I'd rather get rid of keyboards like that. EC1A? Yeah. Was a joke personally? Perhaps. All right. So because I'm giving this keyboard away, That means I'm giving away the GMK white on black set that's on it. Luckily, I saw Amazon just pop up on ThockStop saying that ThockShop, saying that GMK white on black was back in stock. So I was very glad to see that. So I won't be missing anything. All right, good luck. I will just continue tape modding and then quick typing test to get it and try to A/B a difference. Yeah, sometimes they're on Amazon. Usually it's about the same price if you consider shipping from drops, so unless you get the $100 free shipping, in that case it's cheaper with drop. Yeah, they're simple, but they go with everything. That's a major reason why I have them, is because if I don't know what to put on a board, or if I'm in the waiting room for something to come out that I want to use, I mean, that's easy. Alright, I need to unclip this because the daughter board wire, oh man, that's going to be annoying to tape mod. Can I unclip it from this side too safely? I don't like ribbon cables, man. Okay, I can. Remember the orientation. Can't hear you, got 3 ads. Ads feels bad, man. Sorry. I don't schedule these things. Twitch just does it for me. IRT Boomer just schedule ads. IRT Boomer. My camera's to potato. I don't even know. Alright, now I need to figure out how to get the daughter board connector back in there. Alright, one side in, second side of the ribbon cable. Alright, I need to use tweezers. My fingies are too fat. Alright, is the top one actually in there? I would like to say it is, but... Alright, that should be okay. And last bit of tape down on this one. Looks like I'll have to segment it in 3 parts. Likely I'll probably end up offering this board to another friend of mine. Not that I dislike the Keychron Q1. I think it's an alright board. I'll have to listen to it fully modded though in a few minutes here, but yeah. It is a kit keyboard, and it's something that I think possibly one of my friends that's not in the keyboard hobby would probably really like. Alright. So that's the tape on the back of it. I'm a little bit mad sciencey and just doing 1 layer of this stuff, which is and then I actually had the gaskets for this. I don't actually know if I need the center. But anyways, so 1 layer of foam. This is a thicker layer or a thinner layer? I can't remember. Alright, so this is the thin layer. Let's just try with the thin layer. If I'm going to be throwing other stuff in here anyways. Nope, it's upside down. There we go. Even has a little bits of adhesive still on it that I was ripping off when I first started ripping it apart. And last thing, polyfil. Get the white pubes everywhere. I don't think I'm gonna need that much. Because ideally I'm not going to be putting too much in this board, because I still want it to be flexy. And although polyfill doesn't really take up that much space, it does take up space still. All right. So let's see. And then, of course, I will always have polyfill pubes sticking out. It's the only part I really don't like about polyfill. It's a lot messier than you might think. I do really appreciate this hardwares and screws that they have on the Keychron Q1. It's not just the standard fare of what you see on most boards. Nice, big, chunky. Seems like for me it's harder to strip just because it is a hex rather than regular Phillips. But, you know, I'm sure people always will have the issue of stripping things. Yeah, polyfil is one of the things I thought about doing to my GMMK Pro, but I still think the GMMK Pro sounds alright. Whereas this, because I didn't use PE squares on the PCB, I think this just sort of needed some extra. Try to get rid of a few of these stray pubes. It's a glorious thing that they'll never show you with a board with polyfil is that you'll always have these little white whiskers sticking out. Anyways. Still has flex to it, that's good. Huh. Maybe this has fixed the board. Interesting. Well, only one way to find out. That's to turn the music off and try to do a little sound test. Remove my fancy board. Clean off the kitty face. And keep picking away at these pubes. Seriously. That's gonna bug me for us tonight. I'll find that stuff for the next week. Alright, looks pretty. This was one of those weird things. The first comment my wife had was, "It looks very pretty, there's a lot of lights on it." I'm like, yeah, I guess. And that was the only thing that she notices, that there's so many lights on this. Alright. Let me change the microphone around. Bring up the monkey type. Let me make sure V is still in the right place. Because I was basing off where I was placing the screen with VIA. Alright. So if I go here, nice. Almost got the placement right. It's fine. This alignment's gonna bug me. Alright, that should work. Alright, quick typing test with this. That's just 60 seconds. And then I will break out my GMMK Pro, and I guess we'll just sort of listen to the two of them. 84. Not my best, not my worst. Let's listen to the mods. All right, this top row. This top row, especially here, sounds hollow. The middle part here, so I might actually have to put gaskets on for the middle sectors here. But it still has a very nice bounce and flex to it. So, okay, not the worst. So the mods on the side sound fine too. The alphas, I think they sound better and creamier. I don't really detect hollowness here, so that's good. And it still has, it's actually a very comfortable typing feel. We will compare and contrast that to GMMK Pro. This will be like typing stiff. 1,500 words in, that's not bad. Okay, GMMK Pro has a knob. I think that's the main difference. And this one, after modding, feels like a brick. Maybe that's my fault, maybe that's the mods that I've done to it. We'll plug this in real quick and take a listen. So you don't bang your head. Alright. So this is with link switches. Yeah. What happened there? Not my best typing. Anyways, mods. This definitely sounds better, but it feels like I'm typing on a brick. So not to do my friend dirty or anything, because I think for him anything will be a step up. I do really like the way the Q1 feels, even if it sounds slightly hollow at the top. Let me try to fix that by adding more gaskets in the Keychron Q1. But this keyboard, do I want to mod it now? Not really. Alright, let me keep messing with the Keychron Q1. I turn the music back on. Hide that screen. And figure out where... Oh, the box is right here. It's like I'm prepared, or just never really put it away. Alright, I know this had extra gaskets in it. Let's get the gaskets out. Gaskets, where are you? Did I take them out and put them somewhere else? Will I find them again if I did that? Crap, what do I do with them? Here? Are they? They're probably in here. Other things that I'm working on are in this bin. Here they are. Oh. Other work in progress stuff here. I'll have to keep working on stuff again later for other builds. But for now, let me open up this thing again. I'm gonna open up. Predictably, polyfil is gonna go everywhere. I'll be sad. But this definitely needs the middle gaskets installed. I think if the middle gaskets are installed, I'm hoping that it'll actually sound pretty good. I won't have to do anything else. Attempt to add specifically a little bit of polyfil at the top, but I think with gaskets, I'm hoping that just does it. I don't want to put too much polyfil though, because I don't want it to be a stiff feeling. I do like how it moves and vibrates, and the board is separated and well damped. That is very nice about this board. I'm going to flip this over and then lift it all up. Oh. It's going to come with everything. It's going to come with everything. Son of a... Do not want everything. Can I just get away with taking this out? Nope. Have to fully take that diver board out. Okay. Fine, I'll do it. Where's the rest of my bits? the switch comes out too. Cute. That's very cute. Alright, whatever. Let's deal with the things first. The gaskets I want to add. Then I might consider putting a little bit more polyfil up at the top. That's where it needs it. Oh, they just have big strips. Okay. Easy enough then. It's windy outside tonight. So they have this aligned with the very edge of the plate. Second side. Alright, this will get messy probably, but whatever. I'll clean it up afterwards. I don't think I need to put anything on the side. No, GMMK Pro had stuff on the side. I don't think it's necessary for this board though. I actually can't be lazy to make sure I align things well. Alright. Ah, polyfil sticking together. Nice. Lift it up and make sure that it's good. Yeah, it still aligns. It's still there. Button. Do you not want to be a dick, please? Have to get the cable, ribbon cable just in there just right. There we go. Haha. I feel like taking this off of here and putting it back on here, just rearranging it. Of course it'll stick to the tape somewhat, but that's fine, whatever. don't think I need as much on the bottom as I do on the top. Alright. Let's try this again. Get in there. Stay in there. Okay. Let's see what this sounds like now. I know Drop does do restocks from time to time of some of their sets. I don't know what sets they have agreed with GMK to restock though. Usually Laser's one of the sets that they have in stock. I'm not sure if that was just because they had so many extras or if that's something that they continuously restock. GMK Laser's a pretty alright looking set as long as you don't mind the blue. It's very blue. Besides that, usually right after things release, you'll see a bunch of extras come up on sale from the vendors that actually were part of the group I run. Usually a lot of vendors will have extras. Yeah. So for example, when Omnitype finally got their Dracula sets in, I was able to pick one up as an extra in stock, but that was, they were there for maybe like 10 minutes before they all sold out. Some other sets will stick around. And then there's places like Originative and Company. For example, they have sets like, I think they still have sets of Skeletor, Boneyard, Bushido. Bushido is another set that's over at Novel Keys. If you like the black, red, and white with katakana. Let me think. I think they also have Boneyard still in stock over there too if you want sort of darker gray color with like a bone color. That was a pretty fancy looking set, if I do say so myself. I thought about picking up a copy of that. I don't know. There's a few places that have stuff in stock. I think Originative is the original people that would do group buys and just having rolling stock of things. I have to try to get more of these scraggly little pubes out of here. Driving me nuts. A little bit stiffer with that gasket in, but it's not bad. Alright, let me throw stuff back in the bag before I lose all those extra parts and goodies. Never know when you need an extra ribbon cable. That's always important to have. Random adhesive dots and things. No, this is 75%. Anyways, let me hook it back up and do another quick sound test for this. This is a Keychron Q1. Alright. Mouse clicks. How big are TKLs? Where's my TKL? I guess I can pull this out just to show you what this kit looks like. Let me take it off the screen so you can see everything. So this is 75% here. Let me pull out the frog. This is unbuilt. But just to show you what size is, because my TKL is under a few things and it has pretty thick bezels. This is a TKL. So the size difference is a little bit. Basically, instead of having just this collapsed rail, you have a nav cluster here, then you have arrows here instead of just conjoined on the side. Yeah, I think Frog looks pretty damn good, especially for the price. So my Frog was a B stock because I wasn't fast enough to get A stock, I guess, or because I actually didn't want to really worry about it. And then there's one mark here and one small mark here, and that's B stock, which is really good. I don't know. For me, TKL just has this classic look and appearance to it that I think looks just really nice. Yeah. I think Alice is one of those layouts that is really good, really fun. It's one of those ones that I definitely want to get more of, but I know my bias is towards TKLs, just from knowing myself. Used to be full-size keyboards, now it's TKLs that I'm really happy with. And after I built my K Round 2, I really also like 60%. So, but the next one that will come up for sale will be sometime middle of December, I believe, and it will be a black weight with a black case for the black one. I think they're going to have a navy probably, which is going to be a navy, and then a silver brass weight, a silver colored brass weight, which will look pretty good too. And then eventually in January, they might get a purple and a dark green back in the rotation. So how do you get hot swap PCBs for the Frog? You're going to have to buy it aftermarket for the moment. There's a few places that are offering it. You really want to just check on the Discord as far as what's available and what the latest sources are. For myself, for example, I don't have a PCB, a solder PCB for this, but if I'm joined 2 group buys for PCBs, but you know, see what comes first, or if I can get like a Heine PCB and just finish it. But either way, I mean, this is something I'm definitely looking forward to building. But I know there's plenty of people in the community that want a hot swap board to throw into their Frog. So if there's a demand there, someone will be making it, man. So don't worry about that. All right, let me shove it back in the bag. And as far as quality goes, I mean, GeonWorks B stock is pretty much up there with most other places A stock. So. And it comes with a nice carrying case, which is always nice too. Is the board heavy? It has a decent amount of heft to it. It's not the heaviest board that I've ever felt, but it has a decent weight to it. I think it's appropriate. It has a fair size brass weight that I think really helps with the sound. So it's like 4 pounds. I don't actually have a scale down here, but my guess would be it would be like 3.5 pounds when fully built, somewhere in that range. That's just my guess. Yeah, something similar to that. I think it might be slightly on the heavier side than that, but you know, I don't think it's that heavy. It's not the heaviest boards that you've ever seen. Oh, sorry for bugging you. The keyboards are all distractions. Anyways, let me do a quick typing test with this. Now that I have modded it again. Mouse clicks keyboard level. I have to sit in properly. Am I going to be streaming for a while tonight? Probably not that long, but I will see how long it takes me to take the keys off and then put new keys on to my GMMK Pro. Ugh. Yeah. Died at the end. Monkey type. I didn't have it on the screen. Oof. Alright, well I get to redo this then. Where are you? USB hole. There you are. Alright. I started dying at the end there. All right. Putting the pressure on me, and now I have to type well. Yeah. Started off rather shit. Made my way back to okay. Sounds much better. I don't have any hollowness in it, and it still has bounce to it. Actually, I really like this now. So, comparison. Swap it out with the GMMK Pro here. This board that I will be modding and then giving away to my buddy. Feels like a brick. How come I do a minute? I don't know. This definitely sounds more like PE foam since I do have PE foam in it. So sound-wise, I think if I didn't have PE foam in it, this would sound way more foamy still than the Keychron Q1. But because there's absolutely no give in this, I really do like the Keychron better. And why do I do a minute test rather than 30 seconds? I have no clue. I guess I just got in the habit of doing it. So anyways, let me turn the music back on, let you chill out. I'm just basically gonna throw these into here and then hear how it sounds, and that's probably my night. So back to music. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Hypno. Always great to have you here. Good luck on your paper. Do well. Study hard. To get the gains you're already getting, you're good, man. Thanks for stopping by. If I happen to be streaming, say hi. If I'm not, I mean, there's always next time. I still need to do a whole bunch of stuff. Like, you saw the boxes, things that I have in the works still. So, I'll definitely have more streams. Don't worry about that. Alright, yeah. For the most part, I'll just be mumbling to myself, so don't let me distract you. Oh, thanks, man. Alright, I'll need this, and I'll need all this. Do I need to take this case apart, too? Probably should take it apart. How does the stab sound? Stabs sound okay. Alright, so can I get this keycap off without taking everything apart? Probably not, right? Oh. This fits on so tightly. Maybe I need to get that Gatoron remover. I'll have to pull this one separate, I guess. I don't know. I'll just keep it in order because it'll be easier for me to figure stuff out later. Because my brain's not been working as well. Sleep and whatnot. Will I be able to pull this off? Yes, barely. All right. I don't know how Diego does that. All right. So my friend will be receiving this board, which has Stupid Fish case foam, Stupid Fish plate foam, FR4 plate from AVX Works, tape mod, PE foam squares from Swag Keys, and whatever else I did to this board, I forget. I threw the kitchen sink of mods at it that I had at the time. Oh yeah, and I think this is direct V2 stabs, so better stabs than what it came with originally. Overall, this was one of my first builds, so I learned quite a bit from it. And learned that I'd rather have flexible boards than stiff boards. I've learned that even though a board says it's a gasket mount, it really depends on how it's implemented. Buzzwords are not everything. I still think this is a decent board. I still think this has a place, especially for people just getting into the hobby that aren't sure if they really want to get in, because it is hot swap, because it is accessible, because it is present in the market space. I think it's all right. I don't think it's the best. I wouldn't go as far as calling it like probably an NK65 entry edition, you know, killer or anything like that. So I still think you can probably get better boards. I think Keeps for All, for people trying to get and become enthusiasts, are probably better. But if I had to pick between this and the Keychron Q1, I think I picked the Keychron Q1 every day of the week. Just because you can build it. It sounded pretty good. I think if I put PE foam squares in it, it might sound more muted than this board. And this board sounded muted to begin with, but I think I can make it thocky if people want to use that term and we're looking for that specific sound. So that's just my thoughts with this. I mean, who knows? I'm just boomer dad in basement building keyboards at night. Oh. Apparently taking off one keycap at a time, then arranging them neatly. Definitely a boomer thing to do. But I do want to get this out of my friend. His birthday's coming up in a few days, so if it arrives around time, that'd be pretty awesome. And I'll see if the box I'm going to send this in can fit the rest of the GMK white and black kit as well. So these link switches, as far as I know, are standard 4mm travel length, which sounds okay. Originally I had built this with Holy Pandas long pull switches with, you know, I first built this with the Glorious Pandas. So they're Holy Pandas that they're pandas from Glorious that I decided to put Halo stems in for whatever reason. The hideous stems, well, I should say the hideous housings did something to the stems where they sounded scratchy and they had some crunch to them, and it was just bad all around. So I took those out. I tried out these link switches. I don't think these link switches are bad. I just don't see anything to differentiate them, and I don't see a good reason why they're priced as high as they are. At what's close to 75 cents per switch, competing with price-wise with like alpacas and lavenders. I'd rather have alpacas or lavenders any day of the week. So, but they're not bad. There's nothing bad about them. I don't see the point. I don't think they're worth what they're being charged. I believe they're Texi. They say Glorious, but I'm pretty sure Texi probably has made these. And I do like Texi as a brand. In fact, the purple pandas I'm putting in there from Texi, but you know, they're not special. Not 75 cents per switch special. Not even 65 cents per switch special. I think if they were like 50 cents per switch on lubes, and they wanted to charge some much higher rate for their lube switch, yeah, perhaps. I could see that, maybe. I would still think it's a little bit on the side of highway robbery, but whatever. But for this, I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't feel that good. All right. Oh. That's right. I already had the black cherry pie space bar, boy. So what do these sound like? I guess I'll have to rattle these around. If they sound like there's any mush to them, now would be the time. If I was going to clean everything up for my friend, I don't think I heard anything. No, they all sound pretty good. They're still full of lube. I don't have to worry about that. All right. So when I started streaming tonight, I noticed that there are a ton of bigger creators on. So part of the reason also why I'm doing it tonight, rather than just get it out even, is because I know other people will be distracted and won't see me modding this keyboard. Not that I'm ashamed of that, I just think GMMK Pro modding is sort of a fad that's come and went already. Or at least I hope so. Sounds okay. Much louder. Alright. Check the pins and put them in. Already reminds me of holy pandas. I think that's a good thing. Is this what my friend actually wants sound profile-wise? Not really sure. I'm not sure if he is really sure either. You know, not being someone in the keyboard community already. At least I don't think he is, so. There's enough foam and stuff that I don't think I have to worry about blowing out a socket, but if I did, that would just be a feels bad moment. I'd have to like jumper stuff. We'd like to avoid that tonight. Housing wasn't clipped in. Okay. Or became unclipped somehow. Whatever. Ten at a time. I'll keep this BCP on the space bar. I do like how BCPs sound. Make sure I have the housing clipped in right. Hopefully I don't need to replace any of the pins. Oh. This is gonna feel weird typing on a tactile board again, since I've pretty much switched all my boards over to linear. So these PME housings are interesting feeling. Sort of remind me of nylon, not really though. Definitely have an interesting sound signature, that's for sure. And they're pretty smooth too. I was actually surprised at how smooth they were stock. I don't think it was just the, what I assume is palm stem. Man, I have no clue what I'm gonna do with these link switches. Kinda don't feel like using them again. So the next few boards I'm going to be building, the Vast Round 2, I wanted to use Milky Top Blacks for that. And then I have some KS9 Keychron Yellow Pros for a super budget board, TM680. I don't know what I would use link switches for, but I'm sure I'll find some use for it eventually. Would I use these in like maybe an Icky 68 Aurora or something like that if I bought one? That's probably something I'll end up buying too, just to have a metal top version. Double spacing your 6 pages in so far? Nice. Man, that brings me back to when I was a teaching assistant. I used to have to like read and grade papers because the professor obviously didn't want to read and grade papers. It was interesting reading undergraduate writing. You could tell who was like in liberal arts and who was like an engineer based off of how poorly some of the people would write. And then if they had no clue how to cite things, or they had no clue what a style guide was for citing sources, it was pretty... I don't know. I felt bad for people. I wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt, but if I couldn't understand what they were trying to say in their paper, I had to issue. Yeah. I don't know. I started out in computer science and engineering, and then I realized I didn't like any of the professors that were teaching the weed out courses. So then I switched to history. And I liked history. I watched History Channel growing up, back when they actually showed history before they showed aliens and like conspiracy theories. Back before it was a Hitler channel, it used to actually show history. Imagine that. A channel going by what its actual name says on the tin. Man, that sounds like a back in my day statement. I really am getting old. I need to stop this. Stop the aging process. Too far gone. Yeah, for me though, in a way, I sort of thought about liberal arts and history, my degree in particular, more or less as a gentleman's degree. Not really to know things, but just be able to communicate and talk with people. And I think that's probably what it's probably best used for, unless you're like going to get a master's and then a doctorate and become an actual historian, writing books and things and doing primary and secondary research on things. I don't know. It can be. There's some stuff that... Some of the history books I was reading towards the end were so speculative or out there. Because it was more contemporary stuff, and it was dealing with politics and like immigration issues and things like that. So that's like a degree in music theory. Oh man. In high school I was dating this chick, and she was really into music. She actually graduated as a music major. And she was telling me about all the stuff that she was doing in college with music theory and her degree like that, and how it would set her up to become a band director somewhere. I was just like, okay, sounds fun. Sounds like you have tons of possibilities out there. Not to be mean to anyone that is inclined that way. It's just I didn't see the reasons. But you know, to each their own. If you got like a degree in interpretive dance or something like that, I mean, I'm sure there's some people out there that would take that super seriously, but I don't know. I couldn't take it serious. Alright, so before I throw keycaps on, after I'm done plugging this up, I do want to plug it in, go through VIA real quick, and make sure that it's all there. Darwinism at its finest. I mean, there's obviously some niche for some of these people and stuff, but it's like, I don't know. Not to say it's useless, but I mean, it's survival of even the mediocre. Well, man, that could be clipped and put the wrong way. Anyways, still won't chicken out. I'll still put this on YouTube. I don't know who watches that stuff, but ComSci, yeah. Don't tell my wife, but I hated ComSci because they told you to do something one way, and then I'm like, but I already know the syntax, the for loop, so why am I doing it in this structure? And it was basically just so they can tell you you're dumb the next time around. Yeah, like I had learned the concepts of programming from like high school, just from messing around with buddies and friends. We didn't have like a formal computer course in my high school because it was that old, but you know, it was one of those things that it wasn't hard to understand. The hardest part to understand was the syntax that goes into things and what to call things, but yeah. At times it is. I think if it's not affordable, especially if it's not just, you know, available for people to take at their leisure or, you know, decision to, I think that's sort of in our society, I think that it's kind of a shame if people don't have the opportunity, if they wanted to pursue higher education because they can't because of financial reasons. I think at that point, a government should have some reason or recourse to step in and help people out. And when private universities and institutions, I understand they're private and all, but when they become expensive to the point of just being exclusionary, unless that's the point of it, you know, it seems like they're not really serving the purpose of higher education. My 2 cents, though. You have to check the levels on this later for clipping these switches in. I don't know if it's actually peaking the mic or if the limiter's actually working. I'll have to check. If it isn't, I'll have to fix it. Because the last thing I want is everything to go clipping crazy. All right. So I'm getting all these teal switches out of my board. Okay. I think I have enough switches for this. I should. I think these potato switches have a longer stem than the NK creams. Interesting. After this stream, I'll have to make a sound recording of this board with these long pull purple potato switches in from Texie with the GMK set on. Then I'll send it to my friend, see what he thinks. I'll give him a day to think about it before I send the board out. If he really doesn't like something, I'll change it for him. So, I mean, if you don't if you don't allow the person that you're going to give the keyboard, some say in the customization, is it really a custom keyboard? Alright. What do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 more. Then I'm done. Unless I mess the pins up. Or push to socket out. At that point, it'll be a longer night. Although I have wire strippers, I have jumper wire, I could do everything I need to do with it if I really needed to, but yeah. Alright. Ooh. Looks so bright and garish. It's not moving at all. Is this different somehow? So this was an earlier board. I think I'd actually have to flash it if I needed stuff to go on it. All right. Should be a function key. Yeah, everything looks like it's good. Mute, unmute, 100%. This still does volume. Cool. I don't use volume knobs. All right. Unplug and throw the keycaps on. Let's hear what this sounds like. That's substantially louder. Make sure these keycaps don't come off too. I think this is my most used on and off GMK set for putting things on, taking things off. Make sure everything's still solid on the board. So recently I've been making an effort to try to watch anime again. I don't know. What little free time I have, I'm gonna try to spend some time catching up on shows that I wanted to watch. In this case, I found myself watching My Hero Academia, which I meant to watch, I meant to keep up with, but I just obviously didn't have the time to, or I felt I didn't, but yeah. I do want to try to keep watching anime. I do find it sort of fun, and in many ways a great way to just sort of take your brain off of things. So I don't really have that much time to game anymore. I'm still just doing mostly mobile games, which sounds bad. Sort of feels bad. But it is what it is. I still play Genshin Impact almost daily still. Almost. I've missed a few days here or there. I still do Arc Nights. I don't know why. I find some of the stages a little bit challenging and fun. But, you know, my lineup is a little bit OP. A little bit of a whale. Is what it is. Huh. I think this sounds alright. I think these long pull switches sound pretty similar to Holy Pandas. From what I can recall. I hope my friend's happy with this, actually. Well, if I'm pleased with the board, hopefully he will be too. He says it's too loud, I mean... oops. I can definitely hear the PE foam and the case foam with this board. But not to say that it's a flaw. I guess it is sort of like a feature of this board. As well as the super stiff typing feel. I think if I did anything to this board, I probably would take out the case foam at least and see if it restores any flex to this damn thing. These stems are so tall that I can feel the like unevenness in the stabilizers if I push and try to like seat it down further. Feels weird, man. That's part of the reason why I stopped using stab pads too. Was I found when I switched from long pull to regular length switches, had the issue. Line it up. Had the issue where the regular stem length switches were not returning properly because of the way that these things were getting stuck on the stab pads. Felt weird. Anyways, this is much louder, I feel. Steel's just firm boards. I don't mind as much with the addition of longer pull switches. All right, let me change the mic around again. Alright, had to stand up, eyeball the alignment. Turn that screen back on. Alright. Oh, need to turn the music off. Alright. What does this sound like now? Next test. Mouse clicks, keyboard level. Where's my O? Yeah. Why does this one sound different? Is there something different with the switch? Why does this one sound slightly different? If I replace it, will it sound better? E sounds funky too. Why? Thought maybe the keycaps are all messed up, but keycaps look fine. Interesting. What is with this pingy noise? What am I hearing? Is it the keycap? Nope. So if I put the keycap back on, Something doesn't sound right about it. What's not right about it? The keycap? I don't think so. Let me open it up. Like weird housing crunch on some of these or something. So that doesn't sound right. Is that housing crunch I'm hearing? Might be a little bit of housing crunch. Yeah, it definitely sounds like housing crunch or something going on. I don't know why. Let's open it up yet again. Let me push this forward just a little bit. My only thought is perhaps it is catching part of the leaf in the mechanism. Really shouldn't be, but very unhappy about this end key. Do I have to re-lube a switch right here, right now, or do I try to put one of the other switches in? Maybe it's just this switch problem. Huh. Might actually want to swap out some of the top housings. I don't really get what's going on with this. Sorry, boring troubleshooting going on. Should come back for a 5-minute break. Yeah. Some of these are definitely sounding kind of ass. Alright. Let me try a different top housing and see if that fixes things. Switch film. I don't think it's a problem with the film, although it might be the film's doing something weird with it. I don't know. Let me try swapping these top housings and see if that fixes the slight pingy crunching noise. Oh, I'm dumb. I put that one on backwards. Probably have destroyed this. Oops. So much for paying attention to what I'm doing tonight. No, I'm gonna break the switches by not paying attention to what the hell I'm doing. Yeah. Alright. Alright, I don't think I actually destroyed that. That's good. Alright, let me put it on in the correct orientation. And then move the film up and in place. Oh, the film got stuck somewhere. All right. Let's see if that sounds better in here. immediately sounds better. So maybe it's just something weird with these top housings that I don't know. Interesting. Learn something new every day. Housing crunch and ping sounds. Maybe just consider switching out the top housings. Before tonight, I would not have thought about it. Alright. Probably should have turned my music on, but I am focusing too hard right now to do that. Is this the new housing? I think it was. Right? I hope. It's on there nice and snug. Sounds loud. Let's put it back in. What does it sound like in here? This one too. May as well try to do this all now, because otherwise I will forget. And all this so I can just give it away to a friend. Yeah, come on. Alright. Now I'll have to actually stare at these and I guess wonder why some of these are worse than others. All right. All right, they all sound good now. Man, that was concerning. And so if I put these together with the stock springs, maybe it's a compression? I don't know. Definitely some creaking going on. I don't really know what it is about the tops and the bottoms interfacing that's causing creaking though. But it would definitely be, well, this is without film, so. I guess once it's smashed together, it didn't really creak and move, but some of these has to be some sort of tolerancing issue. Probably with the molds or some slight variance that's causing it. I don't know. Deal with that later. Those switches will go into the suspect pile. Alright. Still have it up on the screen. I may as well do one more typing test with better sounding switches maybe. I should probably recheck everything to make sure that I didn't blow things out. Alright. Let's bring up VIA again. Key tester. Oh. Wait a second. Are some of these not tight? Some of these are not tight. So is it the stem that's giving me issues? Right. So holy crap. Well, all the keys work. I guess this is a stem tolerance issue for these switches. Huh. Let me take a quick picture of this and I'll fix it after stream, I guess, because a little bit late for me to be doing all the lubing and filming. Alright. Let me put the keycaps back on for now and pretend like nothing's wrong. Oh, definitely belongs over here instead. So if I go with, so these other keycaps feel fairly tight. Is this just an artifact of this GMK set because it's old? Is this a me problem? I don't know. Uh-oh. End's not working. What happened to you? This is the one where I had to finagle that whole leaf. Alright. One more top replacement. Well, soon it'll be top and a stem, probably. Feels weird. Where'd the switch film go? Oh, here it is. Thought I was losing my mind. Alright. Alright, new switch and it works. Magic. Huh. Alright, so replace that switch try to run my finger across it, and it no longer pops up. So I guess I have some mold issues with the stems. Interesting. Learn something new. Alright. Next test. Mouse clicks. And type. Oh, caps lock is rip. Spacebar not working anymore? Wait. Via, did you lie to me? No, it's working. Am I just bad at typing now? I gave up at the end. I think it sounds better now. This keycap is going to come off too. Alright. Well, I think that's about it for me for tonight. All the fun I can have before I have to just yeet this off my desk and redo however many of these I have to do. Anyways, I think that's been enough for me for tonight. Next few nights I'll be lubing and filming these. What are these? Kale Milky Blacks. I'm going to be putting these in a vast 60 round 2. I did want to get that built at some point. I have it sitting over there in my basement. And after that, I want to lube and film some Keychron KS9s. What I'm going to do with them is going to put them in a TM680. And by that point, we'll see if any other boards that I've ordered come in and what's going on. But I think that's going to be it for me for tonight. So thanks for coming back. Thanks for watching. And I am going to scream at my board now as I, well, not scream, but replace the stems in this board because that's annoying as hell. Had I known that this had tolerancing issues, probably wouldn't have used the switch, but all good. Anyways, thanks for joining in. Consider watching and following. At this point, it makes these switches look better. Feels weird, man. Alright, well, I think that's it for me for tonight. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.